Well, hey, it's a comparison. Yes, Bosch is an excellent brand name. It is a fabulous brand name, but it's also a very expensive tool. I'd love to have just Bosch tools laying around. Problem is money, tied up in Bosch. This retailed and lists for $129, and there's what you get. That's the whole thing right there, and bonus, yeah, it comes with one type of router bit with it. Yeah, that's the whole package right there. No case, no other frills. $57 over here at Vevor. Get you the trimmer. Not exactly looks the same as the Bosch, but it's going to do about the same job technically. But it also comes with router bits and the guides and accessories, and even a little dust piece here to collect the dust off it and things. So it's like, for $57 I get all this. For $129, yeah. So we're going to talk about it. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Okay, right before we get into this, I just wanted to mention there'll be a link below to where you can find the deal on the Vevor. I'll see if I can find you a link for the Bosch. Whatever. I also apologize for the racket or the noise that's in the background today, but my 3D printing farm is running today. We've got orders for clients and things, so it's on the go. So yeah. So anyways, let's get into this. So before anybody gets crazy on me here, yes, I like Bosch. Bosch is one of my favorite tools. Bosch drill, Bosch saw, Bosch whatever. Problem is price. Price always. I always reach for the wallet, look at the Bosch, and go, oh God, like that's gonna hurt. And the problem is, a lot of people get all funny and angry about brand naming and things, and they'll, well, if I only need to use it one time, I'll just drive over to Harbor Freight. Yeah, that's been around for a long time now, and that joke still goes on to this day. But with the Bosch, you've got a good tool. There's no question this is an excellent tool. The problem is, at $129, and all I've got is this and the one cutting blade. That's it. That's all I've got. So I don't have any features or options. Still a nice tool. But over here we have the Vevor, and the Vevor for the $57, less than half the price, so a lot less money involved. I have 12 pieces here of router bits, and I've got all these accessories. So which way would you go? Okay, the next thing, I'm just going to point this out because I know that, guys, I'm a Bosch fan, okay? Yeah, don't get me wrong, but this is about 600 watt of power. That's going to tell you how much power roughly that motor is going to have. This puppy here is 800 watt. Technically, the Vevor has more power than the Bosch, and less than half the price. To me, they're about the same thing because I only use a router about once a year. And the thing is, with this one, I might use it more than once a year because I have bits that I could use it with. Where the Bosch, unless I have a specific need where I can use that tool that it came with, otherwise it just gets thrown in the corner. And both of these would end up sitting on the shelf most of the time anyways, unless I needed a specific thing that a trim motor is going to do. I have several big commercial routers that I can use, but for a trim motor, to me it's like I'd rather just have less money tied up. That's part of what the message is here with Vevor. Well, so seeing the Bosch only came with the one bit, we'll just set that aside. And like I said, it's only one job, one bit. So, can't use it. Let's take a look at something else with these. And for that cheaper $57, let's take a look at the router bit set close up and look at what they gave us. Yeah, so there you go. Look at this. We've got all these different router bits, and some of them have bearings on them, which is, I love the ones with the bearings because you can just, with a trim motor, if you've already got the shape going on, you can just come by with the trim and the bearing and hit it and just follow the profile along. Love that situation. But look at the selection. That's a nice selection. Now you have a little silicone pack in here to help keep humidity so these don't rust and rot away on you while it's stored. Also, there's a little wrench in here to help you change out these bits from the trimmer motor. So that in itself, to me, for the $57, I've already got more use from this trimmer than the Bosch. Okay, so back to side by side. They both have the speed control right here at the top. And now, to be honest, I run full speed and I never touch it. And so the Bosch, the Vevor, who cares? Full speed, let's go. They're both about 35,000 RPM roughly. So it's like, you know, no big difference there. Now I will say this is kind of crazy, but see the Bosch thing here, it's hard for me to get my finger in there and turn it on and off. The Vevor one is actually has a profile here, so it's easier to slide your finger across and turn it off and on. So the Vevor button actually, I like it better. It's easier to use. It's like, now moving down a little bit, this is all plastic construction to the sleeve here. This is all metal. Yeah, Vevor seems like theirs has a better build for some reason. I don't know what happened there. The lock for setting the height has a gear in here and a nice great big, you know, lock for the hand, so you can lock it when you've got the height depth, the depth cut of the cut you want. Bosch has this little jobby here, and then you have a little gear machine over here that helps it. Yeah, it doesn't work well, but again, locks it. So overall, the up and down for depth cutting, I find the Vevor is actually better. It's a better design, but it's easier to use. Sometimes easier to use is good too, even if the tool is what, less than half the price. Way less than half the price. Now, all that's great, but there's something else here. Remember we talked about this one bit here that I've received with the Bosch? We got all these router bits, right? Yeah, well, in the packaging here, there's also this little square package right here. This is like the Bosch. It has the little flute router bit that's for side trimming. Comes with the Vevor, so you get the same bit, you know. And there's more. Vevor down the road wants you to have this thing for a long time. So the brushes, which are right here, and of course there's the Bosch brushes right there. Vevor includes an extra set of brushes. So down the road, if your brushes are worn down, which will happen with these type of electric motors, because these are not brushless motors. I do prefer brushless for just that reason, because one less thing to, you know, go wrong, whatever. But Vevor does include a set of brushes. Bosch, I've got to go shopping on the internet to find brushes when this thing gets worn down. So that's something. The dust collector, you know, the extra tooling. Oh, they've got these pretty chrome wrenches. Okay, Vevor's is just black painted, you know, wrenches, but again, who cares about stuff like that? Come on, you know. But also we have the guides. We have all these different guide attachments to set this up so we can guide it around a profile if there's a certain type of cut we want. So, you know, I'm not trying to say that this is better than the Bosch, but for my money, I would rather buy this and go with it than having this much tied up. It's the bottom line, you know. It is what it is. So Bosch makes a great tool, but this is the one I'd rather have in my shop because it's so much more useful, so much more usable, and it has so much more attachments to it for my money. Yeah, I know. I really like Bosch too, so you know, but I can't say this is a bad investment compared to that. If you're going to buy one, you know, and you're going to be in this price range, I spend less and get more. It's kind of, that sounds pretty stupid, doesn't it? But that's what's happening here. Vevor, like I said, has tried to maintain this idea of tough tools for half the price, and this is kind of in line with that sort of thing, you know. And it hits the mark when it does this sort of thing. This is exactly what they're talking about, you know. It's like, wow, boom, you know. Okay, the next simple test is just plug them in and run them for a second and just see how they feel. And we'll just get all this extra Vevor stuff out of the way for a second here. And I'm just going to plug them in one at a time, and we'll just run this one and just see how it feels in the hand. It feels powerful, it feels strong, and it feels very, very smooth. There's very little, you know, vibration or anything coming from the unit, so, you know, that's a good thing. Now, we're going to do the Vevor, same thing. Plug it in. And it feels about, it sounds and feels about the same, tell you the truth. There's probably, the other thing I should mention, both of these have a 1 inch, an inch scale on one side, you know, the normal scale, and then it has that metric on the other side. They both have that, so again, no difference at all between the two. I do think this would fit in my CNC machine better as far as setting up if you're doing a CNC carving thing. I think this would actually work better, but that's, again, it's not that important. At least I don't think it is. My important thing was today was just features and price. Let's call it a day. I don't know about you guys, but let's get comments going anyways, just, you know, out of the blue. We all buy tools that we have good experience with. We all buy tools that we've had bad experiences with. And when you sit down and talk to a real tool guy that has been selling, you know, different brands of tools at Home Depot or Lowe's, they'll probably all tell you the same thing. It doesn't matter what brand name it is, there's always somebody that'll come in the door and say, well, I bought that and it was the worst thing and blah, blah, blah. It's like, and it just happens. So, you know, whether it be Bosch gives you a bad experience or the Vevor, it can happen to any of us. So I'm not going to get into that point because there is no point to it. However, comment below, which one would you buy? You know, if you're tight on money and you're trying to buy some tools and you're trying to budget everything, which one are you going to buy? We're going to call it quits today, but that's, let's see, we've got a draw coming up for a Depths Tech. We'll try to get that, I guess we'll have that knocked out Thursday, I guess. Now, you'll notice the episode numbers are wrong today, and the reason for that is the episode that we recorded for Monday, today, which was pre-recorded last week, we're still waiting for an okay for the company to release the video. So in the meantime, we've had to skip an episode and do this. This happens every once in a while, and usually we can get it done pretty good, but for whatever reason, we're held up because of the other situation. So this was Thursday's video. This is now Monday's video. And this is video, what, for episode 400. Man, I can't believe I got to 400. I want to thank you guys, everybody, for watching Coffee and Tools. And please like, share, subscribe, ring the notice bell. Thanks for checking in on us. And be good. I'm out of here. Over and out.